All right, today we're going to talk about the midpoint formula, which is chapter 9.6. I know we did 9.6 with a distance formula, and we split it up into two videos. So first was distance formula, now we're going to learn about midpoint formula. So go ahead and take a moment to get these key concepts written into your notes, and replay me when you're ready for the explanation. Okay, so first of all, we've got the midpoint. And the midpoint is the point that is halfway between the endpoints. So first of all, we've got a line with two endpoints. And the midpoint is this point that is directly in the middle of both of these endpoints. Okay, so that's what a midpoint is. And to find this point, we use the midpoint formula to find the midpoint of a segment, a line segment. So we use the midpoint formula, which is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. And so we'll have 2 points, x1, y1, and we'll have another point, x2, y2, and we'll plug this into our formula. And an easy way to remember this is the average of the x's, and this is the average of the y's. Okay, so average of the x's and average of the y's. And we can remember also, this is a point, okay? So when we write our answer, we're going to write it as a number, comma, number, okay? With parentheses, a comma, and so because it is a point, it's a coordinate point, all right? So that's how we write it. All right, so first of all, we're going to find the coordinates of midpoint CD. Okay, so here I've got CD, and my C is at point -2, -3. D is at 4, 3. Okay, remember my midpoint formula was the average of the x's, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So here I'm going to put in x1, which is -2, plus x2, which is 4 divided by 2, comma, y1, which is a -3, plus y2, which is a 3 divided by 2. All right, and then we find -2 plus 2 is 2 divided by 2. -3 plus 3 is 0 divided by 2. And then we have m equals 1, 0. So now if we look at this graph here, and we see this line segment at 4, 3, these are our endpoints, and then it says our midpoint is at 1, 0. So here is our midpoint right here, and as you can see, this is equally distant across, away from both of these endpoints. All right, so I want you guys to try this one. Do your best and then replay me when you're ready for the answer. Okay, so we've got our midpoint, and our point is -2, 3, 4, 3. So it's the average of the x's divided by 2 and the average of the y's. And we have m equals 2 over 2, 6 over 2. Our midpoint is at 1, 3. Notice that my answer is given with parentheses and a comma because it is a point. Okay. All right, so sometimes they'll give it to you in a graph like this on the right, or they'll give it to you with 2 points like this one. The coordinates of the endpoints are given. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of each segment. So my endpoint is at 6, 1, and 2, -5. So I'm going to plug this into my formula of average of the x's, 6 plus 2 over 2, and 1 plus -5 over 2. So 6 plus 2 is 8 over 2. 1 plus -5 is -4 over 2. M equals 4, -2. So my midpoint between these 2 points is at 4, -2. Okay, I want you to try this one as best you can. Replay me when you're ready for the answer. All right, so we have m equals -1 plus 5 over 2, and your y's as -3 plus 7 over 2. So our midpoint is at 4, 2, and 4, 2. And so our midpoint is at the point 2, 2. All right. Here's your practice problems. I'd like you to try these as best you can, and when we meet next, we will go over them. Oh, I didn't put one in for 19. Okay, so here we've got the point 1, 2, 4, at -4, -1. Let's do this point here. 2, 5. Okay, let's call this one A and this one B. Okay, so -4, -1, 2, 5 for A and B. 20 has another graph there, and the coordinates of the endpoints of these two given. Good luck, and we'll go over them as soon as we see each other next.